Before I tell you why she was crying, let me explain how this all started. We'd been chatting to some of the staff earlier in the day, loved the names, and my wife wished that she had a beautiful Thai name too. We'd had cocktails at Papillon Bar, and we were on our way to dinner enjoying the stunning scenery and fairy lights in the trees, when someone called out, and at that moment we turned and saw Far, the waitress at Papillon Bar, running towards us with a card in her hand. Oh. And completely unprompted, Far brought out this wonderful card, and it really was just a magic moment. What do pink smoothies, cold drip coffee, barbecue charcoal have in common? And what's the link to Leonardo DiCaprio's film The Beach? Let's find out. We'd chosen something a little different for our next adventure. Our destination was near a national park, about a 3-hour drive from Bangkok. These are authentic 1920s railway carriages, upcycled and transformed into luxury suites by design legend Bill Bensley. But as you'll see, this is no ordinary hotel. And we're not just staying in a hotel room, we're sleeping inside a piece of Thai history. While Bill Bensley created a stage worthy of cinema, I thought I knew what luxury was, until this Thai hotel completely redefined it. And it wasn't because of the design, the food, or even the 5-star service. It's the staff, these artists of connection, who bring the story to life. Every gesture, every smile, every thoughtful moment stitched into the fabric of our stay. This is our residence, the Ban Dai Ma Guest House. And it looks like a little station entrance, like many of the other buildings here. The rooms that we had selected with our package overlooked a lake in front of the carriages where later we would have afternoon tea. And as you can see, each room was beautifully appointed with vintage fixtures and fittings, gorgeous brass sinks. The shower gave you a beautiful view across the lake, little side-by-side seats, perfectly adequate for a few nights stay. And the actual rooms themselves were very, very comfortable with absolutely everything that you'd need. Good morning from the National Forest of Khao Yai. We're in the middle of the jungle, surrounded by fig trees, all sorts of hummingbirds and other types of flora and fauna, including large snakes, apparently. Well, I have actually seen one great big snake in the pond this morning. So we're just doing a tour. This is the restaurant area, and it's very pleasant. Coming up later, I want to share something that happened that was perhaps even more extraordinary than the Marley card moment. You will never guess what they did at breakfast for Mel, my wife. I found myself in a vegetable garden of the hotel, where we got little tomatoes growing, we've got runner beans, huge runner beans. And then looks like peppers, could be chilies, basil, all sorts of little crops. And right by the lake. You could not get a more tranquil spot for the morning. We all know that most decent five-star hotels offer a pool and a gym. And as I mentioned, we got a great deal on our stay here. Let me know if you want more details on how we did that. Meanwhile, this place offers an entire lifestyle. Sunrise yoga by the lake, walking or cycling around the property, or just swimming and sunbathing by the pool. They planted 30,000 trees when they built this place. It's incredible how they've managed to create this hotel around all these lakes at different levels. It is thoughtfully designed around other accommodation, presumably for people escaping Bangkok to visit the national park, which provides an interesting backdrop while maintaining a touch of exclusivity. It's time for afternoon tea, and where better a place to do that than in the Tea Carriage. But to get there, there's a few stepping stones to walk over. And here we are on the other side of the lake from where we are lodging. You can just see it peeking through the trees over there. Isn't this the most amazing piece of landscaping work that could possibly have been done? This is absolutely delightful. And here we have it, the Tea Carriage. And over there, immediately opposite, is our bedroom. There's nothing quite like stopping mid-afternoon for a lovely cup of tea and heading to the Tea Carriage. It really was quite the most authentic experience. Imagine sitting there in a 1920s rail car with all the choice of teas and coffees and plenty to eat. We had a fabulous afternoon. I'm just chilling at the breakfast place, Som Yang's Kitchen, at the IHG Khao Yai InterContinental Hotel, and I have just got myself the most amazing looking pho for breakfast. This has to be one of the top breakfast buffets you can get anywhere. I don't normally eat until late morning, but when on holiday, I make an exception. I'm sure for many people, food, particularly breakfast, can be the favourite part of any trip. At the InterContinental Khao Yai, you can gorge yourself silly. Som Ying's Kitchen is an all-day dining spot, serving incredible farm-to-table Thai and international dishes. The atmosphere is a quirky, cool blend of 19th century Siamese elegance and a 1950s American diner. I mentioned earlier the cold drip coffee and charcoal burners to warm your croissants. This attention to detail is what separates good hotels from extraordinary ones. But the real magic wasn't just in the food, and I'll tell you why and explain what is the authentic and wonderful connection between these things in the next chapter. This is a new one on me. I have never seen cold brew coffee in a hotel like this.
You can heat your bread or croissants on this charcoal oven grill thing.
I really need to find out what the Thai equivalent of pura vida is. But to me, pura vida is pork and prawn dumplings, sourdough bread and croissants, cooked over a barbecue stove with a double espresso and a view like this in the morning. How incredible is this? I wanted to take a moment to talk about Thailand's Pura Vida, and in particular what makes this hotel such a special place. I said earlier that the staff were artists of connection, and they genuinely left a lasting impression on us. There were so many individual moments that made our stay here one of the standout memories of our 5-week adventure in Asia. I needed to make this movie a tribute to all of them. This level of service isn't trained, it's genuine Thai hospitality, and we were very lucky to have experienced it. I asked earlier what cold drip coffee and pink smoothie creation had in common. I should have added Virgin Mary in a double espresso too, because after the first morning breakfast, the staff knew what I wanted and brought them to the table without asking. But the pink smoothie moment was something else. This is one for the books. The girls have just brought a drink as close to pink as they could get it for the lady in pink.
Because I've got pink, they like my pink nail varnish. I've got a pink bag, pink dress.
So you need a pink drink. And I'm sure it was no coincidence that she was called Pink. Thank you to all the staff. We'd hired a car, not this fancy one, which meant we could freely explore the region. I'd recommend you do the same. There are a few very touristy spots you can visit, which we didn't, preferring to visit the natural spring that was clear enough to swim in. Some other places were a little underwhelming, to be frank, but this is a notable wine-producing region and worth tasting. The highlight, absolutely, was the Khao Yai National Park, where we hoped to see elephants and deer. As it turned out, not a sausage, but you did feel as if you were on the savannah and any moment something might happen. And then we found it. The waterfall from the beach. This is the Hai Suwat waterfall, and this is where Leonardo DiCaprio filmed that iconic jump scene. Frankly, there's no way I was going to go swimming in this. I promised I was going to show you more of the hotel itself, particularly the rooms that are actually in the 1920s rail carriages. Our room was made up to look like one, but it was in a purpose-built block over one of the 5 lakes. Before I do that, I want to give you our honest review of the overall resort. I get a huge amount of encouragement getting notifications from viewers, and if you wouldn't mind liking this video and better still subscribing, it would be really very much appreciated. It takes many hours to get these videos worthy of the public stage, and your feedback lets me know if I'm on the right track. So, we've made a unique scoring tool available free online that allows you to compare any hotel across 5 key categories. Go to our website, click on Holiday Cost of Enjoyment, and start ranking your hotel. This tool allows you to find the perfect balance between how much you spend and how much you can enjoy the hotel. Each category is weighted, and the final score is out of 100. Here you can see I've completed the form online, and this is our overall score for the hotel. As you can see, I'm a hard taskmaster, but the final score for this hotel is actually higher than any other hotel we've stayed in so far. As the heat from the day dissipates, it was 35, 36, almost 37 degrees in the shade this afternoon. The leaves rustle with an approaching thunderstorm, but it's beautifully peaceful here. Now, if you wanted a romantic spot for a dinner in Thailand with the most incredible view, how about this for completely 100% unique? This is the Poirot restaurant at the Khao Yai InterContinental Resort Hotel. It is something absolutely unique. I'm about to start cocktail hour at Papillon Bar, here in a beautiful evening in Khao Yai. So while I sit back and enjoy the cocktails that were included within the package, you get a chance now to take a look at some of the other rooms around the resort. All of these carriages are up behind the lake in one of the quieter areas of the resort. It's close to Papillon and Poirot, but a little bit further to walk back to Som Ying's kitchen. But there's a trolley service and they'll come and pick you up if you need a lift. Only from the sky can you see what the staff have built. A 200-acre sanctuary woven together by 30,000 trees and pure and sincere hospitality. Our 5-day, 4-night stay was over. Emotions aside, let's talk value. You've seen from my holiday cost of enjoyment index how this experience stacks up. Was it worth the tears of joy? The real question isn't whether this hotel is perfect, it's whether it changed us. Seeing my wife's tears of happiness, I think you already know my answer. Would you stay here? Have you had a hotel experience that moved you? Tell me in the comments. I try and reply to everyone.